Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. It's so great to have you here. I am Wendy Rose Williams. I'm a past life energy healer, and I have the privilege of helping people release past life energy, energy that does not serve you anymore. And it might show up as pain, physical and emotional. It might show up as a stuck energy. You just feel like you can't get out of second gear. And it's so hard to align with your purpose and just get where you want to be in life or get the resources for that. So, helping remove that stuck energy. Past life energy can also show up as anxiety. It can show up as depression. So, those are four of the major ways that it can show up. And my goodness, when we're able to release that, what a difference in life of being able to feel happier, healthier, more aligned with our higher self and our guides, more harmonious relationships. It just makes such a wonderful difference. So I have some resources available for you that I'm going to walk you through. But first, what we're going to do is an energy healing and blessing and clearing for everyone with the angels. So we will do that in a moment. So that'll be step number one. And then I'll walk you through some resources, and they are posted in the chat. So you are able, so chat's down in the middle bottom of your screen if you're not familiar with the chat function or button. And that is the place where you can also put your questions. And that's where we will start after we do the energy clearing and blessing and walk through the resources that I have available for you. And then we'll get to your questions. So, what can we help you with in the area of understanding past lives, reincarnation, energy questions, energy healing questions, things about purpose or about your guide? What questions do you have in those areas? You're welcome to put those in the chat. So let's get started. And you're welcome to just get very comfortable. You can turn your camera off if you'd like to for the blessing. And camera is in the lower left corner of your screen on most devices. And it's the stop video, and there's also a stop audio. I've got everybody muted for the moment, and then I will invite you to unmute toward the end because it looks like we're going to be a small enough group that we will be able to do some questions verbally too. So let's get started. And you're welcome to just relax in your seat and just get very, very comfortable. You're welcome to close your eyes if you'd like to, whatever you need to do to just be comfortable. And let's invite in the angels. Thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets up through the core of Mother Earth and through everyone's bodies and systems. Please sweep your nets through everyone's physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional bodies, taking with you anything that does not serve us up to the light. Please also sweep your nets through our creative bodies, our financial bodies, our relationship bodies, our romantic bodies, our subtle bodies, our aura, any body I mentioned or did not mention. Please sweep your nets through them, taking with you any energy that is not ours, any energy we've outgrown, energy that no longer serves us, energy that's ours in combination with someone else's. Please take it up to the light for healing now. We'd be so grateful for that. And that frees us up and allows more room for us to align more fully with our higher selves, to bring in our marvelous guides and guardian angels, highest beings of light, inviting them to please join us, not only today on the call for the next hour, but every day of our lives. We'd be so, so grateful for that, to be able to feel that beautiful unconditional love and wisdom and connection and support that is there for us. We'd be so grateful for that. Let's do that twice more. Thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets through up through the core of Mother Earth and through everyone's home and property, taking with you anything that does not serve us in this time and in this place, so that we can be wonderfully present, enjoying the present moment to the best of our ability, making our homes be places that we just enjoy and can relax in, and lots of smiles and laughter and just comfort and just feeling so wonderfully peaceful there, and feeling the love there, and just feeling the joy there. So thank you for aligning everyone's home and property to be a beautiful sanctuary for them, as well as for anyone else living in the homes. So whether it is other people in the home with you, or whether it's your animal companions, be they two-legged, four-legged, fins, feathers, scales, whatever your companions might be. Thank you, thank you, thank you for aligning the home and property to be wonderfully supportive for them. And let's turn our attention one more time to our properties and to the outdoors. Here's a perfect opportunity to bless Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Earth, for everything that you do for us. The beauty of nature, the wonderful clear air, and those blue, marvelous skies, and the rain, and the sun, and the trees, and the birds, and the animals, and anything and everything that comes to mind. The beach, the woods, whatever your favorite parts are, just give thanks to Mother Earth that we get to experience that at this pivotal time, and that we are with her at this pivotal time, all raising our vibration and frequency together and letting go of what does not serve us so we can more fully align with what does. One more time. Thank you, angels, for sweeping your nets up through all of our emotions. Yes, we come into human bodies to have experiences, to learn things, to have the opportunity to progress at the soul level. Many of our emotions are wonderful, and we're so appreciative. Thank you for those feelings of peace, of love, of joy, of gratitude, of excitement, of self-confidence, of everything being right with the world. We really, really appreciate those moments and want to create more of those moments, because those, of course, come from within us, because we're powerful creators and co-creators. So thank you for those emotions and energies. Please sweep your nets through the emotions that no longer serve us, because yes, there's so much to learn from those very real human emotions of feeling sad, feeling very unhappy, depressed, feeling just discomfort, or feeling in pain, feeling concern, feeling fear or anxiety, feeling anger, frustration, rage. These are all very real emotions that we would like to have the angels just gather up. Let's just learn what they're there to show us and to teach us, and just send those emotions love, and just wash them right out of our bodies at this moment. Send them down our grounding cords to a gracious Mother Earth, to that magnetic core of Mother Earth, just washing ourselves clean, letting go of what we do not need, just letting it go. And we're all the way down at that magnetic core of Mother Earth. And you can pull up the fountain of youth energy from there. So bring some of that up now that you've let go of what you don't need, bringing up that marvelous fountain of youth energy and any other resources that you need. Feeling wonderfully connected to Mother Earth, to Gaia, higher self, your marvelous soul with all its distilled wisdom, really, really in your body, beautifully integrated, connected to Mother Earth, and now like a gorgeous tree that's got so many joy tap roots down deep, deep, deep. You can also now stretch your branches, stretch your trunk in this analogy, way, way, way up high into the sky, and connect up with the divine in whatever way feels good for you, whatever way feels meaningful for you. because you can now experience that heaven on earth energies of peace and love and joy, whatever's most meaningful to you. And you can help be and create those heaven on earth energies. So thank you, angels, for helping us let go of what we do not need, and for this powerful energy clearing and balancing and release, and for helping us bring in more of what we do need. Thank you, thank you. It is done, so be it. Okay, so you're welcome to come gently back into your body fully. And let me walk through some resources I have available for you. I'm not sure if you can see the chat. Sometimes people tell me they can't see the links I posted in if they've joined after I posted. So let me just copy paste them in one more time. Give me just 1 second to grab those, because it's always a little bit fussy trying to copy paste these. Give me 1 second here. All right, copy pasting in the first set of links for you. And I've got a second set, so let me put those in too. And then we will walk through them, and then I'll get to your questions. All right, here's second set of links coming up again. All right, there we go. I managed to hit all the right buttons without disconnecting us. It's a little hard to do once I really go up with the angels. It's like, ooh, buttons and copy paste. What's that? All right. So here we go. So first of all, my website, if you haven't already found that, is wendyrosewilliams.com. And that's where I list events that are available to you. And there are lots of wonderful, fun, meaningful free events that are on the events tab. Two of those that are coming up is on March 11th, which is a Monday, second Monday of the month, is when I podcast. It's the Waking Up Spiritually podcast is the name of it. And I have a wonderful co-host, and our website for the podcast, if you're not able to join us live, or if you want to jump back into the archives, there's got a search button on it at wakingupspiritually.com. So I've linked that here. You're so welcome to copy paste any of these links for yourself and just save them into a Word document or save them wherever on your computer, so that you'll have those. And on the Waking Up Spiritually podcast, what we do is it is to help people with whatever is going on in your life, energetically, metaphysically, whether it's past lives, guides, whether it's healing, whatever might be going on in those life purpose. And there's a search bar at wakingupspiritually.com. So you can just put in whatever topic, and we're likely to have done a podcast on that topic. If we have not, and it's something that you'd love to have help with and are just not finding what you need, please email me at wendyrosewilliams.com. There's a contact me tab is the final tab on there, and tell me what you need help with and what your idea is for a podcast. And Greg and I will see if that's something we can do a podcast for you on. So that's available. And our next date is March 11th, as I mentioned. It's at 2:30 p.m. live Pacific time, which is 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And we have it as a Facebook Live in the Waking Up Spiritually Facebook group. So you're so welcome to join that group. And then you're able to see the podcast live and participate and ask questions and comment right at that moment if that broadcast time works for you. If it doesn't, no worries, because as I said, we do record them and then save them on the website as well as on other places. It does also air on the podcast apps and all that, all those good things. So that is a resource available for you. And another event that is coming up is on March 20th. I will be doing a complimentary 45-minute workshop on Meet the Guides, helping you meet your spirit guide. So you're so welcome to sign up for free from my website. Oh my goodness, my puppy is so interested. That's really unusual. Henley, what do you need to show me? Let me just check with her because she wants to say something. She's never done this. Oh, I got it. I always create an altar for this event, and she's bringing up the rhodochrosite. I don't know if you can see that well. Let me try and hold that up for the camera. Rhodochrosite, it helps. It's this beautiful pink with gray with brown crystal, and it helps release. It helps release deep trauma. It helps release past life energy. So I have never seen her go and be noticing. So thank you, Henley, for whoever that is meant to help. So as I was saying, the podcast and then the Meet Your Guides workshop. So March 20th, and you'll find the free link to join that. And then it's going to be a Zoom workshop that we'll be doing together to get everyone wonderfully connected with your guide. And other things, let me just skim through my own links here real quick. My author page, I have the good fortune to be a published author. I've published 2 books, and I have 2 more coming up soon. And they are about reincarnation. They're about past lives. They're about energy healing. Forgiveness is the theme of both of them. I wrote Regression Healing 1 as nonfiction, and I wrote the Flow one, Plymouth Plantation, as nonfiction. It's actually historic fiction, back to Plymouth Plantation, Massachusetts, so 1600s. But both are about balancing up that past life energy and letting go of things that do not serve us. So, and more books coming out along those lines. So you can find them on Amazon via the link that's here, and on Audible, because I did record them both as audiobooks too. If that's the way you prefer to read your books, is to listen to them, that's great also. So Amazon or Audible, and just look for my full name, Wendy Rose Williams. And so those are some of the complimentary resources that I so enjoy offering to people and participating with people in. And let me walk you through the 2 paid programs, and I'll walk you through those quickly so we can get to Q&A. I offer a series of 3 energy healing sessions. It's a package or a program of 3. They're done via Zoom, comfort of your own home. They are architected by your higher self and guides. They're a little bit different for everyone, but I'll give you the basic structure. Basic structure is the first session is 2.5 hours, the second is 1 hour, and the third is 1 hour. And typically you would want to schedule those 2 to 3 weeks apart. You can do them as quickly as 1 week apart if you really know that's right for you and have a reason to do that. You're so welcome to do that. Or if you know that you process a bit more slowly and would like to have time for dreams to come in, like to have time to digest, and for experiences to come in, and would like to have more time to work together for the investment you're making to buy those 3 sessions, you can schedule them as far apart as every 4 weeks, in which case we'd be working together for 3 months. So, and the scheduling link that's included, it lets you self-schedule. You get to look at my calendar and you pick your dates and times. My schedule to work with clients is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'm located in Eastern Washington State on the Idaho border. So for me, it's Pacific time. But we can get times figured out within that framework. For most time zones, it works pretty well. So let me walk you through what we do in those 3 sessions. Again, it can be different based on what's coming up for you, but I'll give you the quote typical or standard structure, which would be, we would start with a healing temple. We would go there, and in that healing temple, we'd bring in a series of colored healing lights. Each light goes to a specific place on your body, and you simply tell me what color it is and where it goes on your body. And then I work with it with your higher self and guides and with the divine to release energy that does not serve you. And we release it from all space and time with the purpose of enhancing, improving your life now, because that's really what it's all about. And so releasing that energy that you do not need, regardless of where it came from. It might be from this lifetime, it might be from a past life, or from multiple past lives, from parallel. It could be from a life on this planet, could be from a life on another planet or in another dimension, because our soul memory is eternal. So we're always carrying the various energies with us. So there's certainly some we need to clear out, and that gives more room to connect with and create and co-create what we really want and what's getting us aligned with our purpose, and the things in life that we're working toward. So healing temple, healing lights. And then we assess the four major elements in your body and get them nicely balanced if they're not already: fire and water, earth and air. And if you are especially low in any of those, which some people certainly are, or they're just out of balance, my goodness, it's like trying to, instead of rolling an easy wheel across flat ground or down a hill, it's like trying to roll a wheel with four corners to it and trying to shove it up a mountain if we don't have those four elements. So that's a big deal for many people when we're able to get those balanced. And then the third thing that we do in the healing temple typically is we work with the major chakras in your body as well as the minor ones. And it's fine if you're not very familiar with them, or can barely name or don't know what the chakras are. They are your life force energy centers. There's four major ones in the body: root chakra at the base of the tailbone spine, on up through the crown chakra at the top of the head. You might be a Reiki master or someone who's wonderfully knowledgeable and comfortable with them, and that's fine. We still can assess them and make sure that they're all just working great for you, because that just changes life. When we're able to have those all working really well and they're just flowing freely and they're opening and expanding, and also closing down a little bit for us to get to relax and get great sleep. So that's the healing temple. And then the next thing that we do typically is we meet with your guide. Again, some of you may work with guide or guides regularly, and that's terrific. We can still receive a gift and a message from them. But what I find is many people have not yet really connected with their guide or haven't gotten confident with it and just need some help with that. And that can just be a magical moment to feel that unconditional love, to feel that wisdom and support is there for you. Because many people do not feel that they've experienced enough unconditional love, or just really want and need that support and have not been feeling supported enough in life. So getting that established for you is a game changer for many people. And then typically what we're doing next is we're getting ready and setting you up to go to that wonderful time and place with the most uplift and healing and information for your life today. So you can hear that setting up the past life healing or past life regression portion. The reason I'm putting that in quotes is we might go back to scenes earlier in this lifetime, because that's also in your past at this point. And many people do benefit from whether you're calling it inner child healing or however you relate to that, or just letting go, reframing, understanding something that happened earlier in this lifetime that was very challenging, or it can be the opposite too. It can be amazing and it was wonderful, and you want to bring more of that energy back into your life now. So we do potentially go back into this lifetime and then into the past life or past lives, because we're not limited to one. And we go through and just vision and have that experience together, and just really uplift what's going on in your life now. And the way that we get to the past life or past lives or scenes earlier in this lifetime is I help you get to this wonderful little boat, and the boat does all the work for you to take you there. And it takes you through a crystal cave on the way to your past life or past lives. And in the crystal cave, you will receive beautiful healing energy from the crystals. It's unique to everyone. And I'll make a list of them. And certainly you'll be, maybe noticing and experiencing things in that crystal cave too. And I then physically build a crystal grid, an energy healing grid for you, which is what you can see over my left shoulder where the candles are. So again, it's unique to you. I take some photographs of it and send it to you, and that's just part of your program or package of those three sessions. So we have that past life experience or experiences, and then we purposefully go to the last day in a past life. We just let go of that life. We thank that marvelous body for having been a safe housing for our soul, for the experiences, for what we went through in that lifetime, and we let it go. We leave that body. It's a past life. We leave that body. We go on up to the light. And many people say, oh, that was my favorite moment, to just be able to let go of what's been weighing me down, concerning me, just whatever has been heavy. So to be able to do that, and we go on up to the light, and there your guide is waiting for us and has your book of life. And they answer your important questions and requests. You're able to write up to 20 questions and requests before your first session. So the booking link just has the format for how to do that. What health questions or requests do you have? Anything about wealth or career, relationships, and then miscellaneous. So, and there'll be instructions written out for how to do that. You don't have to give background. It's just what's with this left hip mobility issue. It can just be that straightforward because your higher self and guides know. So, and then we'll just work through that. And excuse me, pardon me. Okay, clearing whatever that is. If there's anybody with left hip stuff, my goodness, that's one of the fun, easiest releases the guides give me, is they give me these sneezes out of nowhere when I'm mentioning anything to do with energy releases. So we have that just beautiful experience of being up with the light and talking with your guide again and getting to see your book of life. Many people say, oh my goodness, that was just amazing to see the size of it, the light coming off it, whatever you might experience, because it's different for different people, or other experiences that you might have because we're up at home. We're up with the light, whatever the proper terms is to fit your belief system. It might be you feel you're with the universe, you've reunited with the universe, you're with God, nirvana, summerlands, whatever's right for you. So I do ask you at the beginning of the sessions what words you'd like me to use, what your belief system is, just in a sentence or two, so that I use the best terms for you, so that it's just comfortable and welcoming and feels like home. So we get the answers to your important questions and requests. Many of them come up organically during the 3 sessions. So we do review them at the beginning before we start the first session. We also have other healing opportunities and moments. We do a beautiful healing with the sun. And we also have a marvelous encounter with this wonderful ancient tree, and she helps us really ground before we do the traveling that we do, that I've described, of going to the past life or past lives and up to the light. So typically, how this breaks out is session 1 is reviewing the questions, healing temple, meet with the guide. We may get as far as the healing with the sun and the tree and the crystal cave. Some people are Speedy Gonzalez and just fast processors, and we go through everything I described in 2.5 hours, which is a lot, and that's great. But I'll be working to what your pace is and what's right for you, because some people might be 5 minutes with the healing lights, other people might be 45 minutes. I had one gal recently bring in 50 healing lights. It was working that well for her, and it was that important for her to receive that healing. So we just do whatever's right for you, pace-wise and timing-wise. Things can go in a different order. We can do things I'm not describing, because again, it's your higher self and architects that know what's most beneficial for you, what you most need, and what's going to be most effective for you. Typically, session 2 is the past life portion, and session 3 is the journey up to the light and the answers to the important questions. But if you have powered on through in a wonderful way and did everything I described in session 1 or session 2, often it's because there's something very purposeful coming through. I have had, and we've got those 1 or 2 more sessions, and I've had people channel books. I've had people figure out how to set up a beautiful business that they want to be in service and want to set up a spiritual services business, but haven't been able to figure out how to do that. So the guides are using this moment and this time and energy to do that. I've had people be able to release a fear of public speaking, and were able to figure out how to start a podcast or start a blog or write a book that they just were feeling blocked on, and really want to do it, but would get to a certain point and then just fear factor would take over, or whatever other blocks would come up. So we're able to help you through that. I've had people remembering beautiful gifts from mystery schools that they worked on before, from sacred sites, and we can get those to come back in because they're meant to be coming in, and for you to be remembering those gifts and having them for yourself, having them for humanity, however those are meant to be shared. I've had people very specifically remembering how to de-age, that are going to be sharing that information. I've had people remember how to do time travel. I mean, it's just whatever is wonderful and amazing and unique for you. So that's the 3 sessions. You get your Zoom recording and audio recording for each one, so you have it to go back to. And the way the sessions work, you're relaxing in your home, somewhere where you won't be interrupted, able to just lie down, close your eyes, meditate, not trying to take notes, because you're going to have the recording to go back to. So you want to just let the experience roll out for you in the most meaningful way, and then you can go back and listen to your recording, which will help you connect more of the dots. The price is $997 US for those 3 energy healing sessions. You're able to purchase it through the booking link, or if you would prefer to break up the payments, there's details on my website of how you might be able to qualify. PayPal has been offering a 6-month interest-free loan, for instance. So I included the link and information of how to do that. I completely respect household budgets, and know that, sometimes it can be easier to break up a payment like that over time, and you might prefer to do that. I've had some clients who've been able to use their healthcare savings account, medical savings plan, and just asked me to send them an invoice, which I can do, and just marking that invoice, that then if it's that way that you're doing it, we would be doing 3 payments at $375, and I just send you an invoice, and we would just jump on the phone together and just get that information of the creditor, the debit card number, and then on the back end you're getting that money through reimbursed through that program. So I had a pharmacist do that recently because her employer covered therapeutic hypnotherapy as a benefit. So she was able to do it that way. So I can provide that invoice if you need that. So that is the wonderful service offerings that I have for you. And then there's one other paid program, which is called Keep the Momentum Going. Many people just feel amazing and terrific after those 3, and they just continue with just having fun with dabbling and coming to complementary things, and that's wonderful. Other people want to keep the momentum going. I literally named that program based on what a client told me to name it, because she wanted to keep going and have more sessions. So the step down program, paid program, again, one-on-one, of 4 1-hour sessions over a 6-month period, so it's one every 6 weeks, is $749, and the link is there too for the Keep the Momentum program going. So that is enough talking from me. Let me just look at what questions you have here, and let's get to that. And if you've got anything in the chat for me, or if you just want to ask your question live, I can invite everybody to unmute here. There we go. And okay, not seeing anything in the chat. So does anybody just want to just unmute yourself if you're not already unmuted, and just, do you have a question? How can I help? How can I be of service? What is on your mind? Yes.
Hi,
Is it
Wendy. I'm
Susan?
wondering, hi, if you could do a piece of just asking. I've had a condition I've been struggling with that has been seriously impeding my life, and any guidance about it, I'd be so grateful. Which is migraines that are,
Migraines. Okay,
yeah.
absolutely. So let's just ask about that. And Susan, I'm going to ask your higher self and guides, what is going on? How can Susan feel better and not be having this pain just stuck in her head? Migraines can just be debilitating. Okay, it's the diva of your health, actually, Susan, that's coming in. And she looks gorgeous. Diva, if you're not familiar with those, the overlighting divas. It's DEVA. It's part of Pan and the Nature Spirits. It's
Mm,
not Diva, DIVA,
mm,
Britney Spears behaving badly back in the day. It's the diva of your health. She looks gorgeous. She said she wants to help you with this. She looks like she's in her mid 30s and she's got on this long, gorgeous green silk gown that is huge. It just like becomes part of Mother Earth. It just goes around Gaia. So,
mm.
a couple of questions. Have you looked at any potential correlation between the migraines and food allergies or sensitivities? Have you been able to figure anything out there?
No, actually, and I got tested and nothing showed up except some grasses, some outside
And you
grasses.
probably weren't eating the grasses,
I was not eating the grasses.
not
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So if it's not, okay. So if it's not food, how do you feel regarding your hydration? Are you a good water drinker throughout the day? If you take your weight in pounds and divide it by two, for easy math, I'll take a 200-pound man should be
Mhm,
drinking 100 ounces of water a day. Guess what? That's a gallon and a half of water. And that
mhm.
shock a lot of people. Our body's 70 to 80% water. We need that much water to keep it all flowing. Are you a good water drinker
I'm pretty good. I mean, I start my day with it and I'm pretty good at doing
throughout the
it throughout
day?
the day. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the diva of your health is saying this one's kind of fun. Anyone can do this. She says consciously use your digestion and elimination system. Since you're a good water drinker, you should be going to the bathroom at least every couple of hours. And she says use your elimination system and
Mm,
just say, I am releasing, I am eliminating this headache, pain, tension, whatever is causing this. It is not helpful to me. I'm letting it go. Thank you. Thank you. We're just going to eliminate that. Drinking my water, eating my healthy foods, getting
mm,
some easy, fun exercise every day, getting good sleep, just doing your best to just treat your body as a temple and to nurture it. And she says, call on her. She says
mm,
she's going to tell you her name privately. It's not for the group, but you will learn it. And just call on her because the purpose of the diva of our health, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's to help
mm,
us with our health. That is their role. There's many different divas. There's
mm,
divas for home and property, but this is a health
mm,
concern and issue. So just let's look if there's any past life energy. Okay, it's not presenting that way. So is there anything else that she'd like to share right now regarding what is causing these migraines? And Susan, how often are you having the migraines, and can you track any pattern if they seem stress related or if you're exhausted before you feel them coming on, or if there's any warning signs of what's going on in your life to take you down? I mean, are they to the point where they're debilitating and you have to go to bed and be in a darkened room for hours or days? What's happening?
Well, sometimes I wake up with them, Wendy, and then they can last for like 3 days, even though I'm really sensitive to medication. So I have a prescription medication, but that is also debilitating. And I have a healing practice. So I generally try to keep working and, have them not interfere. So it's just I just feel a lot of sadness because I, I feel I don't know what's causing them. And I would do the corrective measure in a flash. I've just tried so many things. So I didn't even know if it was
Absolutely.
related to the work I'm doing. Yeah, it's
What
hard.
work are you doing?
Well, I have a private practice in counseling and hands-on healing, and it's become somewhat some work channeling guidance.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
here's the question then. She's encouraging you and asking you because you're feeling new to each other. So it's some of these are
yeah, yeah,
acquainted questions. I hope that's okay.
yeah, absolutely.
So she's asking, do you have a daily spiritual practice that you do in the morning before you work with any clients or just are out and about in the world?
Yes, I absolutely do.
Perfect. She's
Yeah,
asking, do you cleanse and clear your energy after each client or patient?
I do. And I've tried a bunch
Perfect.
of different ways. Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Do you like that practice? Does it feel uplifting and fun and quick and easy and effective?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I've been thinking more about sound healing, like just getting a beautiful gemstone bowl and using that as
Wonderful.
yeah, for clearing.
It's
But it's,
whatever
yeah.
whatever you're drawn to. Good. She's saying to remember to do that so that you're not taking on things from people and then trying to left brain them and figure them out and like caught up in your head too much
Hmm.
overthinking. So
Hmm.
she's just okay. Here's what she's going to do to wrap up, and then we'll move on if I may to everyone
Absolutely.
else. She's saying, let's just do a cleanse and clear. She's bringing in a beautiful waterfall above your head. She says, you're welcome to put this in your shower at home and use that, or your bath at home, and just use that to cleanse and clear your energy. Make it gorgeous, make it an outdoor waterfall, create it. There's just, it's gorgeous. It's tall, the glistening rocks, there's flowers, lotus flowers coming out in the rocks.
Mm,
Just make it gorgeous and put that in your shower at home and have it come through your head in particular, balance all your chakras as it goes down through your body and send any energy you do not need, including uh, pain that does not have a purpose and is not serving you. Because pain is interesting. It can have a purpose to teach us to slow down, to teach us that we need to do something different health wise, but you're very cognizant. I completely understand that the sadness when we
mm,
just have a health challenge and issue that's impacting, like, okay, something just released at the back of the top of the head. I don't know if you were
mm.
able to feel
I
that.
did feel it.
This is so funny. The guides can be so funny and the divas. She says she just used a plunger. She says she says it was nice and clean. She used a brand new plunger and just plopped that out of the
Mm,
back top left of your head. There was some stuck energy there. So
mm,
she said, just keep using that wonderful waterfall, balancing up your chakras, doing your spiritual practice, peeing out what's not serving you. And when the sadness comes up, it's very valid. Just send it love. And
mm,
thank you, body. You're doing the best you can. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know what you need. Let me know how to help you. And just have that sort of a dialogue with your body.
mm.
And she says she'll help you come up with some more fun things. I've never seen anyone use a plunger on the head before.
Thank you so much, Wendy. Thank
You're
you.
so welcome. So she says you've got this one. Just keep going with it. And it's again very valid because if we go, oh, I shouldn't be sad, why,
Mm,
it's valid. Whatever emotion comes up, it's valid. And
mm,
just speak with it and just treat your body kindly, like I know you are, and ask it what it wants and needs, and be willing to go with the fun of how the guides or
Yeah.
divas can help clear things. So
Thank you.
thank you for asking that question. Okay, and then okay, so have a question. And I'm sorry, I can't always match up. I just have to use the name the way it's showing. So it's coming up as Bond. So I'm sorry, I don't know your first name. You're welcome to share it if you'd like to. So I've suffered from depression most of my life. Will your program help me? I would be delighted to do everything possible. I can tell you that past life regression therapy, it is tailor-made for anxiety, depression, and pain, both physical and emotional. Those are the three areas in which it shines the most. Can I tell you that I'm going to be able to help you heal all the depression, everything you've been feeling? I'd love to be able to tell you that. I cannot tell you that. I can tell you I will do everything I can to work with your higher self and guides. And I've had many, many people feel much, much better. But you have to trust your own instinct and know, do I want to do this? Because you have to be open to the healing and able to receive the healing and feel the healing and just work together. And I know that may not be a very satisfactory answer, but that is the most loving, honest answer I can give you. Because certainly many clients feel so much better, do great. And then there's a few where it is what it is. And we don't see at that time a lot of shifts. That does occasionally happen. Some of them get back in touch with me years later and say, oh, but I'm still glad we did it, because then I went on and that led me to this, or that led me to that, or something miraculous, happened later. So it's just different for everyone. I mean, I personally, and this has nothing to do with being Christian or Catholic, I just see Yeshua ben Joseph, I see Jesus as having been um, the most wonderful healer who ever walked the earth. That's my personal opinion. And he was able to help so many people, but he couldn't help everyone. Just occasionally, there were moments where typically where it comes from, the block is typically something to do with self-worth and feeling that we're not worthy of it and we don't deserve to feel better. And that's why we start with the healing temple and just
Yes,
working with
exactly.
those chakras and that self-love and self-worth to set everything up.
That's exactly. You just hit it on the nail. It's like,
That's where my hands are. My hands are, you can't see, 'cause it doesn't quite show, but my hands are there on my abdomen. So send yourself a lot of love and just feel it and bring it in. And that just helps open, and it helps our heart feel better because it goes right up to our heart. And call on whatever kind friends, gentle friends, family members, whoever you've got that's positive in your life, and tell them, I would just so love to chat with you for 10 minutes, whatever it is, or listen to your favorite music, or cook your favorite meal, or just brew yourself your favorite cup of tea, and just work to be in the moment and feel those little moments, because that's what life is really composed of. I mean, yes, we get to benefit from those amazing, like, oh my gosh, my daughter just graduated from vet school, and or my daughter just got married, or just or moments for us personally or for loved ones. But there's so many little moments. So when we keep just loving those and feeling those, it can really help lift that. Another way that we do that during the sessions is we do some clearings, like you heard me do, but we do some more specific ones and bigger ones. We talk to the depression, we talk to the grief, we talk to the heartbreak, the sadness, and say, what's going on? Where are you coming from? How can I help you? What do you need? What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to show me? And just having that sort of a loving acknowledgement of it. Because if we're just like, ugh, and it's understandable and it's human too, to just go, oh, can't deal with this anymore. I'm done with this. And like just trying to shove it in the box and shove it away, what we resist persists. So it's just going to keep coming on back. So it's, again, the answer is love. The answer is always love, but sometimes it can be hard to find that, to generate it, especially if we've had some really challenging experiences that rightly so have caused sadness and depression and heartbreak and angst. And often there's also pieces of forgiveness, because if it feels like there've been certain people who've done some things that are just unforgivable, and we can get then stuck in not having forgiven them. I raise my hand on that one. That is one of the main things my soul came in to master, was forgiveness. So as a result, I needed to create some pretty unforgivable, what most people would consider unforgivable circumstances. And I needed to learn how to fully forgive the other person for my best self, for my peace of mind, for my health and happiness. It doesn't mean I appreciate or condone what they did, but I need to let it go. And my gosh, how that let that sadness, anger, depression, it freed me from it when I was learning how to much more graciously forgive. So that's just an example from me. So it'll be specific to you, of course. But I hope that helps kind of walk through some of that for you, because it's a really good, powerful questions. And then there's some questions. Am I getting any messages for people from guides or from spirit? And I'm not at this time. I'm not at this moment. This is this session set up a little bit differently, and I'm sorry. I'm not at this time. So if anyone else has specific questions about trying to understand more about reincarnation, past lives, metaphysics, guides, anything more that I can help with, because yes, there's just Diane and others, there's so many messages from our guides and from spirit, and that's why we want to. You're so welcome to come to that workshop on March 20th. As I said, it's free. You can just register via my website, and we can get you connected with your own higher self and guides in a way that you're able to get and start to hear some of that information. A lot of people feel really blocked in that area, or they don't trust it, or they're just confused. Again, raising my hand, I absolutely had trouble connecting with my guides until I was about 50 years old. So, oh my goodness, that was a long time to, just not really feel directly connected. And I then was able to get connected through someone helping me. So that's why I just love being able to help people. And that's why that's a workshop that I offer on an ongoing basis. There's two that I do at least once a year. One is how to connect with your guides, and the other is soulmates and soul contracts, which I just did back in February. And you can find past workshops and some energy healings on my YouTube also. I don't think I linked my YouTube, but you can go to YouTube and just put in Wendy Rose Williams. It is my full name, and it'll come up. Or email me if you can't find it and don't know how to search YouTube, and I'll send you the link for it.
Thank you, Wendy.
Oh, you're so welcome. But there are some past workshops there on soulmates and soul contracts, as well as how to connect with the guides. There's also some waking up spiritually podcasts. There's several podcasts on how to connect with your guides and just understand those messages. So one of the guides are saying one of the ways to do that, if you're not familiar with oracle cards, there are all different types of oracle cards. I mean, the tarot is wonderful too if you are drawn to the tarot and want to take, the time and work with it and learn it. Oracle cards, zero learning curve. Anybody can use those to talk with and connect with your guides. And they've got a little
Oh,
instruction book with them. I mean, I have friends who have preschoolers, their own children or grandchildren, and they'll have preschoolers draw a card and help them understand how to connect with their own higher self and guides. Because you can draw a single card, you can ask a specific question, like, my goodness, I'd really appreciate help releasing this migraine pain. I really need help releasing this depression, understanding this depression, letting it go because I don't feel it serves me anymore. So just you can ask a specific question and then just take a couple breaths, ground and clear your energy, and kind of fan out those cards without being able to see them, and just let your intuition draw you to draw one card or whatever number of cards, because there'll be instruction booklets with the oracle decks too,
oh,
how to use them. And then you're communicating with your higher self and guides.
wow.
You can also do it more undirected, because people haven't yet learned how to meditate. Because I struggled with learning how to meditate. That did not come fast or easy to me. So I used the oracle cards in the beginning, and I also learned how to muscle test and use your body to give you a reliable yes or no. And there's a book called The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson that explains how to do that. And I just used those to start communicating with my guides until I learned how to meditate, until I learned how to really hear them, until I learned how to auto write messages from them, because those all came later. Because for me, those were just a little bit harder, but it's different for everybody, how to do that. So let's just wrap up. If we've got any more question or comment. And let's see. So anybody else want to ask a question live? Because I'm not seeing anything else in chat right now. Anybody else have a final question, or are we ready to wrap up for today? Yes, Susan.
Oops. Hi.
Hi, Susan.
Sorry,
Oh, two Susans. Yay.
can't hear very well. I can't see very well either. Um, I have I've been doing a bunch of work on a sort of soul level stuff. And I'm getting the message that I've got some big persecution energy that's filling, like that's affecting a couple of really big areas in my life. And
Meaning that you feel you were persecuted or were persecuting others? Which way, or both
well,
ways?
I was being persecuted, I believe, and I did a mushroom journey, and I worked with a psychic also, and
Okay.
it's coming up. I don't know.
Is it
Uh,
stopping you from doing
yes,
something you want to share or do?
yes. It's affecting my ability to properly do my work and charge for my work. And it's also affecting my marriage with my husband. I feel,
Is
and
it
so
hard to speak and say what's in your heart and your gut wisdom,
yeah,
because
yeah,
you're
stops me.
feeling that there could be negative repercussions, and it's feeling just kicking off so much fear, and it's feeling it's feeling bigger than what's actually going on in the physical right here and now.
Yeah,
Okay, then let's
absolutely.
let's just do an energy clearing for that specifically. Let's just do it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, angels, for helping Susan let go of these old feelings of persecution that are not serving her. She's here. She's here now. That was then, and this is now. Let's let go of any fear that is not serving her, whether it's a fear of persecution, a fear of not being liked, accepted, wanted. Let's let go of the fear that is not making sense for her. Yes, we do have the gift of fear, which Gavin de Becker wrote about so powerfully, meaning our intuition, if there's something to pay attention to. I'm not talking about that type of fear. I'm talking about past life energy fear. Oh, so again, okay, these crystals that Henley, my dog, was bringing to my attention, the rhodochrosite, which we can use to clear past life persecution and energy. Whatever happened before, that was then, and this is now. Susan is safe. She is standing in her own power. She's sovereign. She's not overly impacted by what other people think. She's sovereign. She's strong. She's wonderful. She's fully supported. She's loving, she's loved, she is wise, she has wisdom coming to her. She would like to be in service to her clients. She'd like to be able to have wonderful, powerful, open conversations with people of what's in her heart and what her gut wisdom is and what's on her mind. Please clear her body from these past life persecutions that are not serving her anymore. She went through them. She was brave. She was courageous. We can let them go. She's not going to be harmed. She's not going to be starved in prison, tortured, put to death, burned. We're done. We're done. We're done with that energy of persecution, letting it go. We have developed strength, fortitude, courage, deepest empathy for those difficult endings, letting them go, letting them go. We're not victims, letting them go. Sovereign, strong in our own energy, fully aligned with your purpose, able to say and do what you want to do, what you know you're meant to do, what your purpose is that keeps bubbling it up. You're safe, loved, protected, respected, letting go of the energy of persecution. You are not a victim. You're fully in your power, able to express, able to share, able to enjoy those exchanges. And you're able to look at what's happened in the past that was so challenging and just say, or when a new challenge comes up, or if you're having challenges now, just ask, why is this happening for me? Instead of, why is this happening to me? Because that puts us back in that victim place. And then it just invites in more negativity, more unbalanced or lower vibration energies and experiences until we master it and stand up and stand tall and proud and strong and just turn on your light. Your light is wanted and needed. You're fully supported. You can turn on your light fully now and bask in it and enjoy it and feel proud of yourself. Feel more of that light coming in for you. You're fully grounded. You're fully in your body. Letting go of the past. And one final comment. Again, please realize we have all been on every side of the equation. We may feel just heartbreak that something happened to us. And just as an example, we were burned at the stake as a witch and just had this experience. Well, my goodness, we've also been the one that's accused the person. We've also been the one that's thrown the torch and thrown the flame. So let's just realize everyone has done everything and had every experience. Let it go. Do our best to return to love. What's that powerful Marianne Williamson book, Return to Love? And she also has that quote about what we most fear is our power, our full, beautiful power. So you're back, Susan, in your full, beautiful power, and no one has the ability or right to torture you or persecute you because you're not going to tolerate it. It doesn't have anything to teach you anymore, and you're going to stand up for yourself and be able to express yourself beautifully. You are loved, you are wise, and you're fully, fully supported. Amen. Thank you, angels. Thank you, God.
Thank you, Wendy.
Does that land at all? Did that hit the mark? They had a lot to say.
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah.
Okay. Try, and I respect, and that's an honest response because I wasn't expecting that either. Try and trust, even when it feels like, oh my goodness, I'm scared to trust. It just brings up more things, and then just deal with those things. But do your best to trust and hope. At this point, I'm no longer finding especially useful. I choose to trust and to just keep stepping out in trust. Do things go marvelously most of the time? Absolutely. Do I get my legs knocked out from underneath me and have to start over again? Yes. Is everything enjoyable? Well, of course not. But just getting more coping abilities with that, sense of humor, support from loved ones and the good people around us. We find our way on through. So thank you, because it was a very, very powerful request, because this comes up for so many healers, people who have healing gifts, who want to heal, help others, and just it brings up fear factor. My journey to channeling was long and slow and stubborn and not very pretty at all. So I had a lot of fear factor to release there, and now I'm just so privileged and so enjoy that I get to channel people's higher selves and guides and the divine, to be able to be in assistance to people. So it just we get on our path, but and remembering too, fear, the antidote to it, the way we resolve it is with love. So whatever we can do to just specifically, because again, if it's like, oh, I shouldn't be afraid of this. Oh, dang. Nope. That's ridiculous. Nope. I'm not afraid of that. Well, we're just denying it. So it's just going to keep coming up until we go, dang, this scares the living daylights out of me. This really makes me feel fear. I do not like this. And then sit down and look at it and go, is this useful? What's going on here? Is this my ego not being in balance? Where is this fear coming from? And just be willing to sit down and talk with your inner child and look at what age your inner child is, or what the past life may just come through for you, and you may see, oh, now I see the lifetime of origin. I can see why I'm feeling so much fear doing XYZ. For me, the specific fear of channeling was, it was coming up around not wanting to do it publicly where I couldn't see the audience. I was always fine if I could see people face to face in person, or phone to phone, or Zoom, or where you're interacting together. That was always comfortable. But mine specifically was if I couldn't see the audience at all. Radio, television, for examples, it just slayed me. I couldn't process it. So the very first thing I did when I was leaving my traditional employment job and moving into offering spiritual services on a full-time basis. The very first thing I made myself do, because the opportunity was coming up and it scared the living daylights out of me, was I booked a radio program and I became the host of a radio program. And I went on traditional radio and I paid big bucks for that. And I'm very glad I did it because it set me free. And then that brought up what the past life energy was related to that, where I had been harmed, egregiously. And it was just like, it was like a related, it wasn't anything on radio, but it was speaking to the masses where I couldn't see people. Because a lot of it came from a lifetime where I was a prophet and was a powerful prophet, but I was blind. So you can kind of, see how that would then play out in this lifetime. It's like, well, I can't see the people on the radio or on TV. So that's how it played out in modern day. So,
Yeah.
so
I'm pretty aware, and over the years have had, different
Mhm.
of lifetimes show themselves. So I intellectually understand where it all fits, but yeah, I'm just at a point now where it's like it's time for it to move out, and I feel like it's just time for it to move out. And
Exactly. And we've got to drop it down from the intellectual. Because guess what? I may be a spiritual teacher and a Reiki master and a channel and a past life regressionist and a channel. Guess what? Had my MBA degree since I was 22. So, there was a lot of left brain and I could overthink it. I could put it in a spreadsheet for the rest of eternity. So we have to do our best to drop that. What do I feel in my heart? And sometimes we have
so
to just sit
as
with it or our
yeah, yeah.
gut
So as a kind of takeaway practice, or is there something that I can be doing
to
that will just
be
confirm? Yeah.
grounding your energy every day, just clearing your energy and just be willing to let's see what comes up. And then when you do have the fear or the anxiety come up, it's very useful, and just be willing to feel it and dialogue with it and figure it out. And a great way to release it, write on a sticky note, because sometimes we don't know what it's from, we don't know what it's about, but we just know, my gosh, I feel angry, I feel frustrated, I feel not supported, whatever it is. Write it on a sticky note. I mean, literally just that short. I feel blah, whatever emotion or energy, and go outside and burn it. If you don't have a fire pit, fine, take a coffee can, take a big soup can, and go outside and feel that fear, feel that pain, the migraine pain, whatever, feel it for 15 seconds. Call your guides and helpers in and say, please help me release this. I'm feeling this. It doesn't help me. I'd love to release this. It's stuck. I just don't know how to release it. So we're going to burn it up together right now, but you have to be willing to feel it for 15 seconds, literally that short. We're not wallowing. We're not stuck in it. We're releasing, and burn it up and
Mm.
feel like that weight come off you. Because fear, often we can feel like a clenching in the gut. It depends on the person. Can feel like our central nervous system's like firing too often. Like we might have what can feel like a PTSD, like sudden noises can
Mhm.
really just be caused, and our nervous system's just firing too often, and it's exhausting. So it's, releasing fear when there's no reason for the fear. Well, a truck backfired. Okay, life's going to go on. I will be fine from that. That was not a gunshot to my head, but my body, until I released that PTSD, because I have a profound memory of my past lives in a way that most people do not. So I had to do a lot of releasing. So it was very helpful for being able to help other people release theirs, because I opened my entire book of life and I went through all the ones that I needed to, and there were thousands. So that's why I can help others. So I hope that helps. I would be love to see all of you again. Please come on into the different events. Please consider joining me for the one-on-one program. And I'd love to see you next time. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.